You know that feeling. Your day is going fine, and then, bam, a frustrating email lands in your inbox, an unexpected bill arrives, or a stupid comment from a colleague just gets under your skin. Your heart starts pounding, your mind races, and you feel that sense of control just slipping away. You try to tell yourself to calm down, but the internal chaos has already been unleashed. But what if you could kill that stress the moment it starts? Forget the fluffy advice you've heard 1,000 times. The ancient Stoics, masters of the mind who navigated plagues, war, and exile, developed powerful techniques to forge an unbreakable inner peace. This wasn't about thinking positive. It was about building a mind that couldn't be broken. And today, I'm sharing 3 of their most potent mind hacks that work like magic. For over 2,000 years, Stoicism has been a secret weapon for emperors, artists, and leaders. It's not some dusty academic theory. It's a practical operating system for thriving in a chaotic world. The Stoics understood that while we can't control what happens around us, we have absolute power over our inner world, our thoughts, our judgments, and our reactions. That's the source of real strength. In this video, we're going to break down 3 simple Stoic techniques that will give you back that control in any situation. These aren't just cool ideas, they are actionable tools you can use the second this video is over. And hey, if you're ready to trade modern stress for ancient wisdom, do yourself a favor and subscribe. We're building a community of people dedicated to using these ideas to solve modern problems, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Now, let's get to the first hack. The first and most fundamental Stoic mind hack is all about knowing where to put your energy. It's called the dichotomy of control, and it's the bedrock of the entire philosophy. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said over 2,000 years ago, some things are within our power, while others are not. That one simple idea holds the key to eliminating a huge amount of your stress. So, what's in our power? Our thoughts, our choices, our actions? Pretty much everything else. What other people think of you, whether it rains, how the stock market performs, a sudden traffic jam, your boss's mood. The Stoics recognize that so much of our anxiety and frustration comes from trying to control things that are, and always will be, completely outside of our control. Think about being stuck in a massive traffic jam. You can feel your blood pressure rising. You're honking, cursing other drivers, obsessively checking your phone for a faster route. You're basically trying to mentally will the traffic to disappear. Spoiler alert, it won't. You're fighting a battle you are guaranteed to lose, and the only casualty is your own peace of mind. A Stoic in that same car would immediately see that the traffic is an external event. It's not in their control. What is in their control is their reaction. They can choose what they listen to: a podcast, an audiobook, some music. They can use the time to think. By shifting focus from the uncontrollable to the controllable, they don't just endure the traffic, they rise above it. They refuse to let an external event dictate their internal state. Interestingly, modern psychology borrowed a page from the Stoic playbook for this. It's a core principle of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which works by changing destructive thought patterns by focusing on your response rather than the trigger. You could say the Stoics were the OGs of cognitive reframing. So here's the actionable part, the 2-column technique. Next time you feel that surge of stress, grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Draw a line down the middle. On the left, write, "In my control." On the right, write, "Not in my control." Let's say you're stressed about a huge project deadline. Under "Not in my control," you might list, "My boss's final opinion," if a colleague delivers their part on time, or a potential computer crash. Then, under "In my control," you'll write, "The effort I put in," breaking the project into small steps, asking for help, how I manage my time, and my attitude. This simple act forces you to see the situation clearly. You'll quickly realize that while the list on the right might be long, all of your actual power is on the left. So, consciously decide to let go of the right-hand column. It's not your fight. Pour every ounce of your energy into the left column. That's how you go from being a victim of your circumstances to the commander of your response. This second mind hack feels totally backward, but it's one of the most powerful tools for building resilience. In a world obsessed with positive thinking, the Stoics practice Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. It sounds dark, but stick with me. The philosopher Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, wrote, "The blow you anticipate lands the least heavy." He knew that what usually breaks us isn't the hardship itself, but the shock of it. We spend our lives hoping things go perfectly, so when they don't, we're mentally unprepared. Negative visualization isn't about being a pessimist, it's about being a prepared realist. Think of it like a mental fire drill. You don't run fire drills because you want the building to burn down. You run them so if it does, everyone knows exactly what to do. Imagine you've got a huge presentation at work. Stress is high. The average person tries to calm down by just repeating, "It's all going to be fine." The Stoic does the opposite. They take a few minutes to actively imagine what could go wrong. What if the projector fails? Okay, I'll have printed handouts ready as a backup. What if I forget what to say? I'll have small note cards with bullet points I can glance at. What if the CEO asks a question I don't know the answer to? I'll respond honestly, "That's a great question. I don't have that data right now, but I will find out and get back to you this afternoon." By rehearsing these worst-case scenarios, you do two brilliant things. First, you desensitize yourself to the fear. They're no longer terrifying unknowns. They're problems with solutions. Second, you realize that even the worst case is survivable. It might be awkward or difficult, but it won't destroy you. This practice strips the event of its power to emotionally cripple you. So here is your challenge, the what-if rehearsal. Next time you feel anxious about a future event, a tough conversation, a job interview, a doctor's appointment, set a timer for just 60 seconds. Instead of pushing the anxiety away, confront it. Ask yourself, what are the 3 worst things that could realistically happen here? Visualize them. Then, for each one, visualize yourself handling it calmly and effectively. See yourself executing your backup plan. Feel that sense of competence that comes from being prepared. When you do this, you're not inviting disaster. You're building mental armor. You're training your mind to be resourceful instead of reactive. The stress fades, replaced by a quiet confidence that you can handle things not just when they go right, but especially when they go wrong. This final hack is the simplest, the fastest, and maybe the most powerful of them all. It is the art of the pause. The Stoics knew that between an event and our response to it, there is a space. In that space is our freedom to choose. As the psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl powerfully taught, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response, and in our response lies our growth and freedom. Modern life has shrunk that space to almost nothing. A notification buzzes, we react. Someone cuts us off, we react. Bad news hits, we instantly spiral. An impulsive reaction is where stress multiplies. We let our primitive fight-or-flight brain take the wheel and pour emotional fuel on a small fire until it's an inferno. The Stoics taught that our greatest strength is hitting a mental pause button before we act. This isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about giving your rational mind a chance to catch up. Seneca said it best, The greatest remedy for anger is delay. That pause is where you take back control. When you feel that hot rush of anger or anxiety, that's your animal brain reacting. The Stoics said you can't control that initial jolt, but what you can control is whether you agree with it. Whether you let it escalate into a full-blown emotional takeover. Physically, taking a deep breath during this pause actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your body and interrupts the fight-or-flight signal. Here is your final, crucial action step, the 5-second pause. This is a commitment. The next time you feel a surge of stress, anger, or fear, the moment you feel that internal heat rise, you will do absolutely nothing for 5 seconds. Don't speak. Don't type. Don't move. In that tiny gap, take one single, deep, deliberate breath. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Focus only on that breath. That's the entire technique. This single breath isn't a magic cure, but it's a circuit breaker. It creates just enough space for your rational mind to come back online and ask, what's the most constructive way to handle this? You might still feel angry, but you no longer have to act angry. You might still feel anxious, but you can choose not to let anxiety drive your actions. This is where you reclaim your power. Practice it relentlessly. That tiny pause will become the most powerful habit you ever build. So there you have it. 3 ancient, battle-tested mind hacks to take control of stress. First, the 2-column technique. Separate what you can control from what you can't and stop wasting energy on things you can't change. Second, the what-if rehearsal. Prepare for adversity by visualizing it, which builds resilience and strips fear of its power. And third, the power of the pause. Create a space between stimulus and response to reclaim your freedom. Look, stress is a part of life. The challenges will never stop coming. But the Stoics teach us a profound truth. With these tools, you now have the power to choose calm, strength, and wisdom. If you found this valuable, like this video and subscribe for more practical wisdom. I'm curious, which hack are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. Use these tools, not just today, but every day. They are a training regimen for your mind. Train well. And if you're ready to go deeper, subscribe to the Stoic Room, where calm isn't weakness, it's power.